Rogers Rangers!
He had a scalp, did you see it?
Here, right here, that's where he was wearing it.
Rangers. There'll be trouble in Albany, sure enough now. Trouble follows them, they say.
I've heard it say they follow trouble.
Well, whichever, whether they're following it or it's following them, we're going to get it.
I wish the war was over. We can't fight the French and the Indians forever.
Captain Horn and Sergeant Wash with a dispatch for General Amherst from Major Rogers.
Sorry, his lordship's in conference with the governor. It'll have to wait.
Sorry, it won't wait.
Here, look here now. Wait a minute, I say. Say, look here.
Begging your pardon, General, but your orderly thinks maybe you'd better announce us.
I tried to stop them, your lordship.
That's all right, orderly. You're Rangers.
That we are, General. Rogers Rangers.
We should expect no better discipline from Rogers' savages. Now, these savages are keeping half the Indian tribes from overrunning your state's governor. Your names?
Sergeant Wash, sir. Captain Horn.
Captain, Sergeant.
Major Rogers said we were to put this dispatch in your hands before the appropriation for the armies were completed. We need men and reinforcements, General, if you're to keep the Indians out of this area until your armies are ready to move north. That's what's in that dispatch, General. Save you read the Major's scribbling.
Very well. I see. You shall have your men in 2 days.
Thank you, sir.
But Lord Amherst, can't they dress like real soldiers instead of wearing these infernal green outfits?
Maybe we don't look as pretty as your regulars, Governor. Maybe we don't get to take baths as often. A dress like this in the forest, the Indians can't see us.
Even if they can, smell us.
A word of caution, Captain. While you're in Albany, be careful of where you talk and to whom you talk. We've received information that a man named Raoul de Moreau is working for the French in this territory. We've tried to find him, but since we don't know what he looks like, it seems to be an almost hopeless task. And remember this, our entire campaign can collapse if the Rangers are stopped in the north before the army can march.
We understand, sir. Be watching for this Raoul de Moreau.
Very well. You have quarters, gentlemen?
Yes, sir. We're stopping at the inn. We're going to look in on my sister first.
Good. Report back here in 2 days.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant, is that a scalp?
Genuine mohawk. Ain't no better hair anywhere. Here, have a shoulder.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, oh.
How far did you say your sister lives?
About 15 miles, settlement called Kelvin.
Poor woman. Better if they had killed her here. Then they took the 2 boys.
Where are the Chesneys?
The Redskins got away with best of the boys. We chased them far as we dared.
Where's her husband?
He wasn't here.
A woman living out here has to have a man around. Find Mark Chesney and tell him that.
I'll find him.
You can start looking at the taverns of Albany like as not.
This is the last tavern, Jed. You gonna look all night?
If need be.
Jed, gosh sakes, don't let no axe fly off no handle.
Chet, I didn't know you were in Albany.
There was an Indian raid. Bess and the boys are gone. Why weren't you with them?
Jed, I couldn't. I had to be here.
You had to be here?
Jed! Get a hold of yourself. Jed! Now stand back, all of you. Nobody get hurt. Old Joe goes off accidental like, there'll be a nice big hole right where you were standing.
I'm all right.
Yes. I'm coming. Patience, neighbor. It's patience, friend, that counts. Well, my dear. Oh.
Where are they?
They? Oh, my leeches. You are in need of them, my friend.
My wife and children, where are they?
Please, Mr. Chesney, we must act as civilized human beings. If you kill me, then you shall never have an answer.
What have you done with them?
Your concern for your family is most touching, my dear friend. May I have the pistol? Please? There. Now we can talk as we must. Come, sit down and let me
All I want to
sit
know...
down. You are taller than I, Mr. Chesney, but not this way. This way I am taller, stronger, bigger. Do we understand each other?
Why that Indian raid?
To steal your little family. Indians make an excellent political foil, Mr. Chesney. No one ever suspects them as instruments of espionage. There. Doesn't that feel better? I gave you fair warning, did I not? Your wife and boys are my prisoners. And so you will change your mind about deserting me and will do exactly as I say. Your face should be bled. My little pets will do a most exquisite job.
No.
No? Just as you please.
You can't force me into this position. I'll go to Amherst. I'll tell him you're Raoul de Moreau.
My dear, dear friend, Have you so little heart for your wife and wonderful boys? Surely you want to see them again. Alive?
You gotta march them green recruits for more than 100 miles through a country filled with redskins and Frenchmen. How are you gonna have time to look for Bess and the boys?
I don't know. But I just can't let things rest.
Come in. Well, no.
Jed, you've got to listen to me. I've been walking the streets for hours. I didn't run out on Bess. There was something on my mind, and I couldn't share it with her. I had to think it out.
It was more important than leaving her alone.
I'm going to tell you the truth, Jed. 4 months ago, I had to make a decision. Whether to believe a threat that Bess and the boys might be murdered, or whether to become a spy for the French.
They were all right until this afternoon.
Then you know what I decided.
Who made this threat?
A man named Raoul de Moreau. He arrived in Albany 4 months ago and selected me for his work. Because I was on various committees, I could get information.
Could have told Amherst.
Would you have, if you knew it might mean Bess's life? This morning, I'd had enough. I went to de Moreau. I told him I was through. You saw what happened this afternoon.
Where does he have them?
I don't know. He'll probably move them out of the territory.
You place me in a most difficult position, Captain Horn. Your brother-in-law should be shot as a spy. Yet a man's regard for his wife and children is not something that can be measured by set standards.
I didn't come here to ask favors for him, General. If shooting him is right, go ahead. We're fighting for the free air we breathe here, and maybe he doesn't have the right to share it.
The captain's a little upset today.
I said what I had to.
And what do you think we should do to you, Mr. Chesney?
If I had the kind of judgment you're asking me to have, I wouldn't be in this mess.
A fair enough answer. Captain Horn, perhaps it would serve England best if we shared a little more of our free air with Mr. Chesney.
May I ask how, sir?
You say tomorrow, expect you to bring him information concerning the number of men I will use in my campaign against Ticonderoga and Quebec.
And what route you will use on the march north.
And how did he expect you to do this?
By joining one of your regiments, sir.
Which?
Well, he accepted my suggestion. I thought I could count on help from Jed. I told de Moreau that the Rangers are always in the forefront of any moves your armies will make. With them, I'd be in the best position to give him information in advance.
Well, Captain, perhaps we can turn this to our own liking. If Mr. Chesney should give his information to the French...
You're thinking of information that wouldn't do them any good.
Maybe even a little harm.
What about this de Moreau?
Well, so long as we know who to watch, he can't hurt us.
Meanwhile, I'll leave my sister and the boys in French hands.
Oh, at the proper time, Captain. Anything you can do to effect their rescue will have my cooperation.
Thank you, sir.
I'm afraid, Captain, that your volunteers are going to be untrained men, clerks, watchmakers, carpenters, farmers. You'll have to make something of them before you march.
We've very little time, sir, but I'll do the best I can.
I put Mr. Chesney in your hands. Watch him. We can afford no mistakes. We're only lending you our air of freedom, as Captain Horn would put it, Mr. Chesney. If you want your share permanently, you'll have to earn it. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, sir. This one shot may mean your life. So when you aim, don't bend over. Stand up straight. And when your sight is on the target...
All right, you recruit. Hurry up. Get low. What do you think you are? Get down low. What's the matter?
Your tomahawk could be a very effective weapon. But it'd take a lot of practice. One thing you have to know is how to judge your distance. Like that tree there.
You gotta work fast, because the Indians are fast. So you grab your knife like that. See? You take a hold of your head, and you cut across.
taught you men everything I could in the time I had. We're gonna run into some redskins before we get to Major Rogers' outfit. Some of you men will get wounded. Some of you are going to die. But it's my job to try to keep you alive, and I'll do my best. You do yours. All right, get ready to move.
Right. Peace.
Forward.
Ho! Ho!
Get that wound cleaned out.
I've got to rest first.
I said clean it out. Once you clear your name for besting the boys, you can die if you want to. Not before. Everybody stay where you are. Come on, Wash.
Thank you, gentlemen, whoever you are.
You all right, man?
Just fine.
What are you doing out here?
Starving mostly. Haven't eaten for 3 days.
Here, take a swig of this. Help you forget your appetite till we get back to camp.
Whew, that'd make me forget even my name. Thanks. I'll wait for solid food.
And what is your name?
Fortune Mallory.
You talk pretty good English.
Shouldn't I? I am English.
There's nothing but French and Indian women in this territory.
I told you I'm English. Doesn't that suffice?
No.
Is your friend always so polite to strange women?
We don't usually find women wandering around these woods.
Sorry to upset you by not being a moose, but this is the way I was born.
We're meeting Major Rogers tonight. You'll have to answer some questions. Well, that's the whole story about Mark Chesney, Major Rogers. Maybe it's a good idea, and maybe it isn't. But Lord Amherst wants to play it his way.
In other words, Chesney still could be working for the French and reveal our movements.
Yeah, it could be.
And the girl?
Said she escaped from Ticonderoga 3 days ago. 3 days without food and 20 Ottawas who know every inch of the country looking for her. Nobody, leastways a woman, could live 3 days like that.
You're thinking the French might have tricked her escape so she could contact Chesney?
Somebody'd have as much trouble breaking out of Ticonderoga as we've had trying to get in.
We don't ask for this trouble, Jed. How do we get it?
People in Albany say it follows us.
Learn anything else from her?
Well, she was a prisoner there for 2 years. And from what she said, I think my sister and the boys might be in there. Major, I was thinking if
All
I
right,
could...
Jed. I guess maybe I owe it to you. When Amherst and the Army reach this territory, you can try to get Bess out of the fort, but you'll be on your own. I couldn't risk a lot of men for the job.
Thanks. How about this Fortune Mallory?
Put her to work, I reckon. Get her over to the Leroy farm when you go in the morning.
Wouldn't that be taking a chance?
We can't tote her around to this. We can't shoot her. Issue instructions to Leroy to keep her under guard. And keep her isolated tonight, in case she tries to talk to Chesney.
Right.
Please, I've got to talk to you.
Haven't you heard? I have the plague, or at least your infuriating Captain Horn seems to think so. No one's to talk to me.
Captain Horn said that you had escaped from Fort Ticonderoga. My wife and children may be in there. I've got to know. Their name is Chesney. Did you see them?
Chesney. Bess Chesney? Yes, and one boy's about 8, and the other's a little younger.
Yes. Were they all right when you last saw them?
Yes, they were just fine.
You knew my orders?
He's also entitled to know about his family.
Jed, it's the truth. She's been in the fort. She would know.
You're the last man that should be seen talking to her.
How did you ever get to be a captain? By beating up every man in the regiment with your fists?
By teaching men how to stay alive, mostly. Or maybe you could ask the French how it goes with the Rangers.
French? You don't believe I escaped from Ticonderoga? What are you doing?
When you have any more talking to do it to me.
If you were the last man in this camp, I wouldn't say another word.
I can't afford to have whoever fired that shot follow us.
What if there are more than one?
Worried about me or that I won't be able to get you out of this? Get down. Francois!
Oh, mon ami.
Oh, it's good to see you.
How could you English win a war without me, huh?
We couldn't, my fat Canadian friend.
Oh. When I hear shots, I become most curious. Why are you here?
Uniforms, 90 of them.
Oh, sacre bleu.
I brought you a new worker. She's back there waiting for me to be killed.
So?
Running order would never forgive me if I didn't bring her a gift.
Sometime I think my wife only lives until you can be with us again. Now, tell me more about this female who's waiting for you to be killed.
Well, the Major wants her to work for you so you can keep an eye on her. Francois, this is Fortune Mallory.
Mon plaisir, mademoiselle.
You're French.
He just talks that way. He's as good a provincial as I am.
And probably just as stiff-necked, too.
Oh, since you are to be my guest, mademoiselle, we will not begin by quarreling, eh?
Your guest?
You'll see soon enough.
That dog, such a welcome. His name is General. It used to be Major, but he's such a good watchdog, I promoted him.
Oh, they're magnificent, both of them.
Sometimes I believe she's really what they call a running otter. She should not be here with people at all, but playing with chipmunks.
Dad! Dad! Captain! Dad!
She called him Captain Jet 15 years ago when he was nothing but a trapper.
I had to become a captain to live up to what she was thinking.
May I introduce Running Otter, my wife? You wouldn't think he was like her father.
You're quite right. I wouldn't.
Whoa. I haven't been away 10 years, you know.
4 months is a long time.
We live in a crazy world, mademoiselle. I am old enough to be her father, but I am her husband. He is young enough to be her husband, but she thinks of him as a father. But it is fine this way. Between the three of us, we are a pretty good family. Hey, Mrs. Francois Leroy, we have a guest.
She is yours?
Well, no. What's gotten into her?
5 years we are married, but still I do not understand her sometimes. Well, let's go to the house. Once you have seen what I'm about to show you, you'll be watched constantly. If and when we feel that we can trust you, you will not be watched.
But why? I don't
Because the lives
understand.
of Francois and his friends depend on it, that's why.
This egg better. It's not good.
Very good. Rangers can't ship supplies into the territory. They have to be made here. French knew about this place, they could put us out of business fast.
I didn't ask to be brought here.
Maybe that's a point in our favor too, Jed. Oh, Jed, open Marie's room for mademoiselle.
Belonged to Francois's first wife, Marie. French Indians got her. He hasn't used the room since.
Yet he married an Indian.
Running on her. She was an orphaned Ottawa. That's why I found her starving in the woods. Took her in, brought her up like a white girl. She was old enough, they got married.
His enemies should kill each other. But you'll take an enemy into your house if he's hungry. Are all the humans in this wilderness so strange?
Everything in the forest kills something else to stay alive itself. Animals kill other animals for food. A large tree will kill a smaller tree to have more room for its roots. There's death all over the forest. Men get used to living with it. Women don't.
Such as your sister.
Bess isn't the only one. Something happens to all of them.
You think a woman couldn't learn to live by these deadly ethics of yours?
A woman is soft.
And there's no room for softness. You can hate what your life does to a woman, but you need a woman.
When this war is over, I'll think about what I need.
Why? He's heading for Fort Ty.
Let him go. Could be he's making his first contact with the French. We'll just wait and see.
Yes, I'm coming. Patience, friend. It's patience, neighbor, that counts. Well, Mark, glad to see you looking so well. General Montcalm is most desirous of hearing what you've learned.
You take it for granted that I have learned something.
It's been 6 weeks, Mark.
What assurance do I have that my wife and children are safe?
We expect your information to crush Amherst at Ticonderoga. If your information is as it should be, you will join your lovely wife before the summer is over. Well, General Montcalm, this is Mark Chesney.
Mr. Chesney, line of march of Amherst and his armies. What did you find out?
Do you have a map? Amherst realizes that the most logical trail from Albany to Ticonderoga would be along Lake George, using boats for transportation. He also realizes that you could defend this area with comparative ease.
Exactly. If he is to invade Canada.
Monsieur de Moreau knows that Amherst has brought in hundreds of engineers. They're going to build a road 20 miles east of Lake George. A small force will use the lake route, but only to deceive you. The main armies will go over the new road.
How big is the force that will use the lake route?
A few hundred men. He can't spare more. His entire army boasts but 7,000.
Since we know this, we will concentrate all our defenses 20 miles eastward.
With but half 7,000, we could stop Amherst's entire advance. He could never get near Ticonderoga.
Mr. Chesney, I leave you in Mr. de Moreau's hands.
Sit down, Mark.
I've said what I...
Sit down. May I suggest a bit of rum to celebrate the occasion?
None for me.
No? Oh. What else have you learned, Mark?
Nothing. I've told you what you wanted to know.
The moment we begin building our defenses along Amherst's line of advance, the Rangers will begin their raids to throw us off balance.
I would presume so.
This Major Rogers is a most disturbing element. The French feel his head would be worth 5,000 English pounds. A handsome windfall for your beloved family.
You expect me to kill Rogers?
It would be most convenient. Think it over, Mark. To prosperity, yours.
I've been waiting for you. What about Bess and the boys?
They're in the fort. They're all right.
Get on your feet. Why didn't you go to the Major?
Let go of me, Jed, or so help me.
What did you tell the French?
I'll take it, Jed.
All right. So I've been in Fort Ty.
We know.
I told Montcalm exactly what Lord Amherst asked me to tell him.
Well, now, that's good news. We'll know soon enough if it's the truth. It'll depend on where Montcalm starts to build his defenses. Didn't it seem important enough to you to report to me right away?
I wanted to think first. I had to think. I'm a farmer. I didn't ask for this war. I didn't ask for anything but to be left alone. Fighting and killing is important to you. You and Jed. You want to kill. You know how to kill. Nothing's important to me but my family. Not you, not your war, and nothing you think about me.
You've been doing your share of the soldiering?
Only because I wanted to prove to him that it's not difficult or courageous to be a killer.
You think that's all I am, don't you?
Try to understand him a little better, Jed. Watch him, but understand him.
Never been hated like that before, Major. I reckon he's right about me.
Yes, he's right. But when we're back home, you'll change. You're one that will. Some won't. You will.
Major Rogers! Major Rogers! Major Rogers! Major. It's happened, Major. The Frenchies. They've built their defenses to the east.
What are they building?
Trenches. Cannon emplacements.
Good, Matthews. Get some food for yourself.
Thank you, sir.
Mark was telling us the truth. The French are setting up along the false line of march.
I'll be able to sleep a lot easier now.
You and Mark haven't talked since the other night.
That's right.
Better start learning how to like people all over again, Jed. This war isn't going to last forever.
When do we start the raids?
Right away.
Good. I'll stay close to Mark. Bess will have him back.
Fine. All right, Ben, on your feet. We're moving out.
All right, line up.
The supplies will be ready just like the Major wants, if we have to work every night to do it.
That's fine.
You're returning to camp right away.
Mm-hmm. Tonight. How's the girl?
She works as hard as the others. I'll better tell everyone we work tonight. Listen, everyone. Captain Jed is here. The supplies must be ready in 3 days. We work tonight late. Ça va?
Oui.
Ah bien. If only you looked like that when you knew I am near.
Francois, I've been a good wife.
Of course, you've been a good wife. Go, and you will say hello to Jed.
Jed!
Hello, Running Otter.
Jed. Oh, it is good that you are well. Nothing must ever happen to you.
Now you stop worrying about me. I had to move too fast to bring you a present this time. Sorry.
You are here. Jed, when you wish to, you have the eyes of an eagle. But when you are here, you are like a mole in the earth, blind. You see nothing.
What am I supposed to see?
Same things my husband sees, that I love you.
Did Francois send you up here?
Jed, 5 years to be grateful to a man is long enough. You're going to tell me he saved my life. But at night, can I remember this? I feel him near me and I move away. Does this not hurt him too?
Francois is my friend, and you're his wife.
You want a white woman. Is it that girl you brought here? Jed, take her. Take her if you want her, Jed. Just let me be close. Close when your eyes are not for her. Jed, I won't interfere.
Francois is waiting for you.
Tous les sons de la forêt, de ma solitude, ni d'autre ne connaissait. Mais maintenant que je pense à Marie, hors des forêts, de la chasse est finie. No, la, na, no, la, na, no, la, no, la, te, no, la, na, no, la, na, no, la, no, la, te.
It seems so long ago that there was peace in the world. It was right in this room for a few little moments. Eh, my friends? We have earned these few minutes. We work hard tonight. Hey, little one. Going out, Cherie?
Yes.
All right, little one. Talk to the moon tapes. The answers will be there. Mes amis, it is surprising how many answers the moon can have. She's often like this. She'll be back and she'll be at peace. Now I go to sleep. Good journey, my friend.
Francois. Thanks, Francois.
Something wrong between them?
I'll work it out all right.
I haven't had much chance to talk to you.
Maybe it's better that way. Talk runs out.
And if it did? Are you afraid of me? You're still not quite sure yet who I am, are you?
No, are you?
kissed me once. And for a moment, I thought that... But you shut the door in my face so fast. But you did kiss me once. I did see you once. I have seen how you could be.
Fortune. There are so many things I've got to be sure about.
Don't leave yet. Not yet.
Et la nouvelle très importante pour Général Montcalm.
Et le général?
Et le gardien américain, Major Rogers.
Je rapporte tout de suite.
Oui, tout de suite.
If one of you so much as make a move, my men have orders to shoot. Viens avec moi.
Someone must have told him which house to go to. Then you just went to set the trap for Jed, the Major, and the others. One of you here must be very happy.
She said she escaped from Ticonderoga.
Yes, it's true.
Maybe she really is French.
Silence, pas un mot. The other night when Jed was here, you were alone after he left.
Do you think I want him killed?
Yes. When he told you that he loved me.
Silence!
No time for delay. Francois will have everything ready?
Yeah, in crates. Load and get on our way.
And there'll be wine?
No drinking.
Oh, if everybody got drunk together, there'd be no more war.
Woo.
Something?
That dog, he'd be barking.
Sleep, maybe.
No, he'd bark no matter what.
Enough to raise the dead.
We'll see what we can see. Don't move. Keep the horses quiet.
Looks like mirrors flashing. The mirrors don't move around.
Think of what I am?
Fancy French muskets are the regulars. The bright metal mountings.
We can't let anything go wrong now. Amherst is on his way.
The army is marching? Why didn't you tell me before?
You might have wanted to go after your sister in Ticonderoga. It would have been too soon. The time will be tomorrow. First things first.
Well, the French would be mad, but they wouldn't fire on French farmers just because they were a little drunk. Wash might have a bottle on him somewhere. Make it look good.
Wash? I thought I told him.
Wash is old. Warms his innards. Come on.
Ces animaux, ils vont tout gâter. Je me demande ce que je vais faire. Emmène-leur Weiss.
Who are they? Neighbors? Perhaps too much to drink? Maybe they want more wine?
Get rid of them.
Eh bien?
Wait!
I'll go with you. Avec plaisir, mon capitaine. Après vous, monsieur.
Taisez-vous avant que je vous arrête!
Signal your men, Captain, and I'll cut your heart out. Now suppose we all go inside, just like we were coming in for some tea.
I'll tell the men to get the wagon.
We better get these people back to camp.
Right.
Jed, I didn't do it.
Jed, you're still keeping Mademoiselle Mallory under guard.
What else can I do?
Something bothers me. Did you tell Fortune that you love running Atta?
What? No.
Jed, maybe Fortune didn't go to the French. But I don't believe she cares what anyone thinks about her but you. She cares what you think. I would like to believe she's not guilty. So would you.
Jed?
Major?
A scout just came in. He says the French are laying a cable across the river near Ticonderoga. Keep our gunboats from coming up to shell the fort. That cable could cause Amherst a lot of trouble when he gets up here.
When do I try to get Bess and the boys out?
That French civilian gang laying the cable might be your answer. Here, across the river from the fort. We could attack them there. And Fortune Mallory could help you.
Fortune Mallory? How do we know that
We gotta take that chance. No one but her knows the dungeons in Fort Ty. If she is a French spy, Jed, you won't have a chance once you get in the fort. They'll shoot you fast. It's up to you whether you want to trust her or not. It's your skin.
Guess I'll have to take that chance. When do you start the attacks?
Just before the construction crew get ready to quit for the day. If you succeed in getting into the fort, at least you'll be able to work under cover of darkness. Want another man with you?
Yeah, Sergeant Wash.
Better arrange for some civilian clothes with Leroy's people. Here, study the map.
Something going on, Jed?
Yeah. We're gonna raid a French construction unit across the river from the fort. You won't be going.
I can still fire a gun.
You've stayed alive this long, let's keep it that way. I'm gonna try to get Bess and the boys.
You've got to let me go.
If I miss, you'll have your chance later.
Jed, I love him very much.
I know, Mark.
Don't cry, chérie. Maybe I, Francois, am to blame. A man doesn't look into the mirror and see how old he is. He sees only that he loves a woman. And that's what makes him feel très charmant. Hey, chérie? I didn't tell Jed that it was you who went to the French. I said to myself, She's my wife, and I must protect her. I will take her back into my arms and...
Don't touch me. Leave me alone.
Why,
Don't
Cherie?
touch
Why?
me.
Why?
I can no longer share your house. I can no longer be your wife. I've paid one debt to you, and I won't have you protect me now and pay another.
We'll go together and start a new life and...
No, no, no.
I want you. I love you, Cherie.
No!
All right, little one. Talk to the moon. Perhaps the answers will be there.
We're gonna try to jump without using guns. She nervous?
No more than the rest of us.
Once we drive them into the river, you'll be on your own. Don't make any mistakes. Watch her.
Selects the kush.
Rangers! Attention tout le monde! À la porte! Vite! Attention tout le monde! À la porte! Vite, ça!
They're gone to their quarters to change clothes.
We're in luck. It'll be dark soon.
What do you want?
We have no dry clothes, sir. We were told to come here and get some from the prisoners.
You get paid for your work. You should buy clothes.
Sorry, sir, but...
Sergeant, go with these people and see to it that they have clothing.
Thank you, sir.
Uncle Jed! Uncle Jed! Uncle Jed! Jed!
Wash.
Jed, have you seen Mark?
Yes, he's all right. Come on. Now listen, you all stay down here. When I give the go sign, come up fast. Here, watch. Now listen, Sergeant Wash and I are going to try to get the gate open. When we do, I'll signal you. Halt! Qui êtes-vous? Les un Français. Oui. Ouvrez la porte. That's the alarm. Don't stay together. Spread out.
We do not know yet who unlocked the cell door.
Are they all gone? The woman with the two boys?
Not one is left.
That woman must be brought back. Comb the woods. Find her, Captain.
We're gonna come then.
Hey!
Allons! Viens ici! La couchon!
Oh. It's all right. It's all right, Jed.
Indian burial cave, Cross Tree Hill. Come on.
Ici, là-bas.
Venez ici!
Is that where they buried dead Indians?
Yeah, just a lot of old bones. Bones never hurt anybody.
Sure is dark in here. About as dark as I ever seen dark.
Now we can rest here till morning. They can't follow our trail until it's light.
Here's an old torch.
I like old bones. I want to see the old bones.
All right.
Look out for the bat!
Over this! last long enough to keep him pinned down.
That cemetery's as good a place to die as any. Come on. We've got a couple of shots left, lad.
Don't like getting this far, then head. Those aren't coming from the fort.
Amherst!
Allô? Ritorniamo for train! Come on! Come on, Captain! Hey!
Bless me, lad, they're running.
Those are Amherst cannons.
We're all right. I'm not scared now.
I couldn't have said that better myself.
Pete had the engine right by the scalp, and he reached back and pulled out his trusty knife, and he was just gonna...
Where's Jed?
Well, I don't know. I ain't seen him for nigh on to an hour.
We've good news. Montcalm didn't expect us to have 11,000 men. He's took off bag and baggage for Quebec. Left a token force at the fort. They'll surrender easy. Tell Jed when you see him.
Major Rogers?
Yes, son.
How old do you have to be a ranger?
Pretty soon, son. Pretty soon.
Well, I reckon I better go find Jed.
I reckon he doesn't want to be found.
Hmm?